I'm very intense emotionally, but mostly I don't feel anything, empty, unrealistic, and those around me. Do you feel as if the universe is unreal to you? Can you feel like watching your life going by without being there? Will you battle to know what you believe or can't find the vocabulary? Are you feeling alienated from your body? While at first, it sounds paradoxical, many people, who are emotionally intense and sensitive, or struggling with emotional numbness, a sort of inner deadness or vacuousness which penetrates their being as a whole. Disorder of depersonalization is the sensation of feeling surreal, distant and sometimes unable to experience emotion. Persons with depersonalization feel as though they are an alien and frequently report a lack of control over their emotions or actions. A piece of our personal past, too painful to hit, gives rise to mental numbness. The defense from pain is in human nature. After we have a physically or mentally traumatic situation, such as being betrayed or intruded, we will take steps to protect ourselves against this. Faced with stressful physical, mental, or relational events, people have three reactions: war, flight, or freeze. If it means fleeing, to disconnect from others in order to prevent harm, so our feelings are completely freezing. When it comes to extreme circumstances, such as refusal, relinquishment or guilt, our body and mind are put in stunning mode. Dissociation is also our organismic default. It is through our animal nature for us to endure the worst situations to imagine. If things overwhelm us, the only way to protect our well-being or preserve our lives might be to disconnect. However, even after the true threat has gone, this protective reflection lasts for longer. Emotional numbness is usually not an intentional choice. Once your normal way of operating is created, you might not even be aware of the trend building. At the beginning, emotional disconnection gives a feeling of pseudo-equanimity, a persistent enjoyment that helps you to create a person that is socially appropriate. You know you can work normally, get ready, go to work in the morning. But it gets harmful finally. This defensive shield can appear to be helpful from the outset. You will feel that the agony has disappeared and that you can continue ahead with life, maybe even with certainty. In spite of the fact that the example began as a method of shielding you from others, it can at last transform into you stowing away from yourself or denying your requirements out and out. Enthusiastic deadness, or separation, is capable diversely by various individuals. You may feel a weighting feeling of weariness and vacancy, like you can't show or feel any feelings. You may lose the capacity to react to occasions with the standard euphoria or bitterness, or you may battle to associate with others in a profound and significant manner. In brain science, the expression influence fear is utilized to depict the inclination for certain individuals to maintain a strategic distance from the sentiments that they accept are terrible. Therefore, they become sincerely disconnected and experience life in a separated, or depersonalized way. The manner in which your shield works can be compared to what therapist Jeffrey Young calls the segregated defender mode. Signs and indications of the mode incorporate depersonalization, vacancy, fatigue, substance misuse, gorging, self-mutilation, psychosomatic grievances, vacancy, or adopting a negative, unapproachable or cynical position to try not to put resources into individuals or exercises. The pain and danger of freezing up. In spite of the fact that it might appear to be a respectable answer for passionate endurance, withdrawing from torment conveys numerous disadvantages. For one, stifled feelings will in general amass in your framework, leaving you a quiet facade that disguises the genuine mystic injuries, outrage, both communicated and curbed, aching for what may have been, trouble over past treachery, or the anguish over connections that finished too early. With such a lot of covered up inside, you may feel especially delicate and peevish. It might take just minor occasions to come to your limit, where you might be found napping by passionate upheavals that appear to have appeared unexpectedly. In the event that you are cut off from the sum of your being, you may do certain things that are not consistent with your actual will. For example, if your fundamental requirements for solace and well-being are not met, you may fall back on self-relieving by overeating, overspending, or taking part in other rash practices. At the point when we get some distance from feeling awful feelings, we additionally set aside our capacity to attend to the delight of all life has to bring to the table. You may turn into a spectator of life, watching it pass by without being in it. A few people may even experience cognitive decline, as they don't recall a lot of their life. In any event, seeing old pictures of themselves can appear to be strange. Life's agony may appear to be hosed, however you won't feel the full degree of the good feelings either, love, satisfaction, or kinship. In spite of the fact that things you are prepared to take a gander at your deadness. Utilize your creative mind and think about the accompanying inquiries. On the off chance that your enthusiastic deadness is a divider or a shield, how thick is it? What sort of materials would it be made of? Metal, wood, or plastic? How thick or hefty is it? When you contact into your divider, shield, does it feel warm or cold? Does it change as per your life conditions or energy level, or does it stay stuck and static? In the event that your divider, shield has a voice, what is it saying? 4. Expressing gratitude toward and changing the deadness. Continue to move toward your shield, until you arrive at the delicate injuries that lie underneath it. Inhale delicately and completely through this cycle. Really at that time, you may wish to state, thank you for ensuring me every one of these years. I would not have made do without you. Nonetheless, I am more grounded now, and I presently don't require you. Our objective here isn't to dispose of the shield yet to become friends with it and become acquainted with it so it no longer manages everything. We don't anticipate that things should change for the time being, and you may need to rehash the way toward moving toward it and inquisitive it over and over. The following time you wind up utilizing the shield to safeguard against feelings that emerge, or when you feel numb where you wish to feel invigorated and present, you will be more mindful, and your deadness is not, at this point, an oblivious, ruinous power. Your passionate shield means to secure, and you may decide to utilize it or not. However, the force stays in you.